turns out, after a review of studies over the course of decades, depression is not caused by low serotonin levels, and therefore Tom Cruise is vindicated.
Damn.
You see about this stuff? Like he said,
What Tom Cruise say?
Back, remember when he went on that rant that like everyone's like, oh my God, he's crazy.
He's jumping on the couch.
Not that one with Matt Lauer when he goes, and actually what's funny is if you listen to it now, they took this part out of the clip.
Interview?
He references Ritalin and Adderall, and he says we shouldn't have kids on Ritalin and Adderall. And then Matt Lauer goes, well, it works for some people. And he goes, no, you're not listening to me. He was right about everything, essentially. And they made him look stupid, but after all this study, they go, yeah, depression isn't caused by low serotonin in the blood. There's no way to measure it or,
so what's it caused by?
They still don't know. They know that, well, for example, the reason psilocybin and antidepressants both work is that they create new neurons. Antidepressants take longer. That's why some people get more depressed because increasing your serotonin can block certain things that feel good, like from dopamine. So it's like, I used to get high. Now I'm taking these antidepressants and they block me from feeling good temporarily from this stuff.
They block everything, right? Like people that tell me, I've never used them, but they tell me it's like life is just kind of gray. Well, there's no black, there's no highs, there's no lows. It's just in the middle. Because like if your favorite thing was drinking coffee in the morning, that was you wake up like, oh, thank God. Now you're just like, yeah.
Serotonin interferes. You like the excitement feeling you get of like, what's a dopamine rush?
Yeah.
You know, like looking for something new, exciting. You're really activated and aware. Serotonin can kind of interfere with that process, I guess. So if you up this before the new neurons get created, you're kind of in almost a pleasure deficit.
So right? how's this help? It just means what?
Well, it means that they don't know how they know that a lot of serotonin uptake inhibitors they don't know how they work, and they know they work for some people and don't work at all for other people.
Yeah.
And then they know that sometimes they can get people like Prozac can get people actually change your personality, and it can actually help you. Like, so it's helped for like anorexia patients and things for whatever reason sometimes. And then sometimes if you're bipolar and you take an antidepressant serotonin uptake inhibitor, it can lead to suicide. Right. So it's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So they don't know a lot.
Yeah, and I guess the real statement is the model of chemical imbalance in your brain is sort of debunked by this. And that's what Tom Cruise is saying back. He's like,
I always wondered how they measure chemical.
That's what he's saying. He's like, you can't go, oh, your serotonin's low, we're going to give you this much. Okay, well, if somebody's lower than the other, do you give them more or what? It's totally imprecise. And it also paints this really simplistic picture of depression where Johan Hari was a JRE guest. He talked about it's like you need community, you need purpose, you need all these other things to get, to like feel good about it. It's not just brain chemicals.
It's not a pill or interesting.
So you need to do shit.
Dude, Tom Cruise in that interview, bro, he was such a boss. He goes, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You don't know the way the human brain works. I do.
Yeah. And they framed it as if
that
really
motherfucker, I say whatever you want about him. That dude has been at the top of the game and his game. He's 60 and still crushing.